Hey, beautiful. It has been a hot minute. Well, actually not really, but it's been longer than I would like for it to be since I've been on here kicking it with you, and I'm so happy to be here. If you are new, my name is Jeannie. I'm so glad you stopped in. I hope by the end of the video, you'll decide to stick around. We have a lot of fun over here, and I would love to have you. Okay, so grab a drink, grab a snack. We got a whole situation going on. I have a super eensy weensy teeny little Sephora haul. These are just some things that have, well, not all of them, but some of them have come out more recently and I've just been dying to try. It's just amazing how quickly your money can go at Sephora. Like, I got the Cali Ray So Blown Blurring Collagen Peptide Primer. So I actually heard Kathleen Lights raving about this, saying it was literally the best primer she's ever used. And if you're not new here, you know how I am about primers. Love my primers. So I was super intrigued. $36 right there. Then Kosas has their Revealer Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer, and it's also supposed to be like a concealer, a brightener, and a cream all in one. So I love my multi-use products, and I wanted to give that a go. Again, $36. So I mean, like, these things aren't cheap. And then, you guys, I have really been loving Natasha Denona's formula after trying some different things. So if you're not new here, I did not have the best first experience with the brand, getting like BoxyCharm exclusive Natasha Denona palettes out of BoxyCharm. But then after buying some from Sephora and trying out some different palettes, I have been just loving the formula. I recently bought the new Natasha Denona My Dreams eyeshadow palette for pretty much $70. And then when my sister was over my house not too long ago, we were doing a trial run for her wedding makeup, which is next Saturday. I dropped the palette and I was able to save 3 shades. The rest of the shades shattered all over my carpet. So what a mess and what a waste of money. I literally could have cried. It was the first larger palette from the brand that I actually purchased, and I got to use it once, which was here on the channel. Anyhow, so I'm kind of in the market to grab another one. I'm craving, you know, a palette, and it seems that her glam palette is really popular. So I wanted to grab the mini glam palette and just kind of check out how I feel about the tones with my skin. And maybe I will eventually get the bigger glam palette, or maybe I will get a different bigger palette. And then I got a ton of samples, and we're going to use everything that I got from my Sephora haul, like the samples, and we're going to create a look, try everything out. So I want to use this. They have been like crazy. So when I do Sephora orders, let me give you a little trick. Like, I get free shipping from Sephora. So like, if I'm going to buy 3 things, which I did, I'll split it into 2 orders so that I can get more free samples to try. No, trickster. So I bought these together, and then like 20 minutes later, I went on and I got this. So I actually have been really dying to try. I have actually really been dying to try the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. So I actually got one of the samples in both orders, and then each sample comes with multiple shades. I think I'm probably gonna go with the Fair, but I've got 2 of them in case, you know, just so that I can get a really good feel for the product, and if I really want to spend that kind of money. I know I was super excited for the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I did not love that foundation. I just don't. I'm drier, I've got texture and fine lines, and it just wasn't my jam. I also got some of the Armani Luminous Silk Multi-Purpose Glow Concealer. Now, as far as I know, this is kind of similar to the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, where you can use it as a foundation or a concealer. And I think I'm going to try this for my foundation today. I'm thinking I'll go in with this shade here. I also got a couple samples. I've been curious about this. This is the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. I just got like a little package of that. So I'll be trying that. But I think for my pre-makeup moisture, I'm going to go in with this sample. This is from Belief, and it is their True Cream Aqua Bomb. So I'm going to go in with that. And then what else did I get? Oh, and then I got, I was able to, I think, use my points for this that I had. And it's just a Barigio Farewell Frizz Blow Dry Cream. A product this big for like, it is like a little travel size, but my hair's really fine and also not that long. So when I'm using a blow drying cream, I literally need like the size of like a dime or a nickel, and I don't wash and blow dry my hair on a daily basis. So something this size will actually last me like 2 months. So super cool. Now I do actually prefer the like Brazilian silk blowout cream, but I do like this one too. So, and then this actually came in a BoxyCharm Premium, but I'm dying to try it. It's the One Size Beauty Micro Brow Defining Pencil, the Brow Kiki. It's in the shade Blonde. We're going to try this too. I also have another Sephora order on the way with the One Size Ultimate Blurring Setting Powder that I've been dying to try. I actually purchased it on the BoxyCharm sale, and then they weren't able to deliver it. So they refunded me, and I just ended up grabbing it on Sephora with, I think, like the Hourglass concealer that I wanted to try. So that'll be here within the next couple days. But for now, we're going to roll with this. So the first thing that I'm going to go into is this cream. This is not something I've ever tried. Again, this is by the brand Belief. And this is their Aqua Bomb. Kind of just seems like a really good pre-makeup moisturizer. Ooh, smells nice and fresh. Nothing overpowering. Now I am drier, so when it comes to like, so that is my 3-year-old. So when it comes to moisture, I typically like heavier creams. Sorry, my 14-year-old and my 3-year-old are having a little scuffle, but things will be just fine. But when it comes to moisturizing pre-makeup, I really enjoy something that completely sinks. Now my dryer's going off. How many interruptions can we get in one sitting? Oh, welcome to my house. So anyhow, moving along, this actually feels like it is disappearing into my skin. Like, is it leaving me anything behind? Okay, it's actually, I would say if you are on the oilier side and you're just looking for some moisture, this might be really good for you. It also, I might end up loving it for underneath makeup, but it's definitely not going to be like my nighttime cream. But I didn't think that it was. So, okay. We're going to go ahead and let that sit in for a second. I'm going to go in with an eye primer. I'm just using this Stila. And I'm just going to kind of take my finger and tap it in. I actually might need to toss this. It's a lot thinner than it used to be. I like this because it does brighten the whole eye area, a lot like the Gerard Cosmetics. Gerard Cosmetics I do prefer, but this one's good too, and I just like to switch it up sometimes. So I'm just priming the eyes for the eyeshadow palette. And when I prime, I literally prime from my lash line all the way up to my brow bone, on the inner corner, literally the whole area. Really try and like not rub it in and just tap it in. You never really want to pull too hard on the delicate skin around your eye. Actually, that putting it on this side felt way different. Maybe it just needed to be like shaken up a little bit. But then again, I've had this primer a minute. It might be time to check the expiration date. But all right, I'm actually not going to set that down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to go in. I want to just kind of give that a chance to just set on its own for a second. We're going to go in with this Cali Ray So Blown Collagen Peptide Primer that I have heard is the best that Kathleen Lights has ever tried. Cute packaging with the Tiffany's green. It does have an inner safety seal. I actually got this order a couple days ago and I've been dying to try it, but I waited. Okay, so we're going to start with that. Okay, kind of smells like Fruit Loops. Yep, it smells like Fruit Loops, the cereal. I'm going to grab another amount and I'm really focusing it where I need blurring, which is in between my eyes and in this area right here. And then the rest I'll kind of just spread out. Wait a minute. Wow. Okay, I don't think that you'll be able to tell like the difference from a minute ago to now through the camera, but I can. Like, I look completely poreless. Wow. Wow. Like, I don't know what to say right now. I was expecting to like it, but let me try and get up close. I have visible pores all throughout this area. Like, I can't see them in the mirror. Okay, that's amazing. I'll have to see how it wears, you know, and makeup goes on top of it. But, like, I am really impressed. Like, I literally look poreless. Wow. Okay. We've got a good start going on. I think I'm going to switch lanes into the eye look because I typically like to do my eyes before my face makeup and definitely before my concealer, just in case I get fallout and I make a mess. So I'm just going to grab some brushes that we might need. Just grab a few different brushes. And I'm going to, that's a little light for a transition shade, but we're going to try it. So I'm just going to kind of grab actually, I'm going to grab one that's like a little bit more domed. And I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to try and pop this right kind of like on top of my natural crease because I have hooded eyes, and just use this as my transition shade. And believe it or not, with as light as it is, I can still see the difference. Mostly because I used that primer and brightened my eye area. So just kind of continuing to go back into that color and just bring a little bit of color back in to that area. Okay. Grabbing another brush that's a little bit more dense and like less fluffy. And we're going to pick up this dark shade right here. I'm going to begin to build up some definition. This is definitely like a cooler toned little palette. And I used to be all about warm tones, but I have definitely been more into cool toned colors lately. So I'm really excited to play with this. And I don't know, if I love it, if I end up loving it, I might grab the full size Glam palette. But then again, even if I love this palette, I still have this one. And if I'm going to grab one, maybe I'll grab one that I wouldn't be repeating shades in. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I'm not going to worry about like a crisp line right now because I'll go in and clean it up with concealer. But I do want to really build this outer corner up. Very pretty. Okay. So there's 3 shimmers in the palette. Kind of want to use like this grayish tone. It's like a very cool toned, like grayish champagne. I'm going to pick it up on my finger. Feels very silky smooth. And I'm going to tap it on the outer part of my lid. I'm going to wipe my finger off on my shorts because I don't have anything here. And then I'm going to pick up some of the lighter color on the corner. Ooh. And just kind of bring that right in. That is beautiful. Wow. That shade is stunning. I'm gonna take what's left on my finger and just pop some of that golden under the brow bone and then buff it out with a finger that I don't have any shadow on. I don't want it to be overly shiny there, but I just want to add a little bit of that same color that's on the inner corner on the brow bone. I feel like when you use the same color under the brow bone and on that inner part of the eye, it just brings the look together somehow. And then I'm actually going to also, you know, use something on the inner corner and the lash line, but I'll do that after I go in with my concealer, which we do have a new concealer and a new foundation and setting powder and a brow product to try. So let me catch the other eye up and I'll be right back to try all those products out with you. Okay, I'm back. So I just did the exact same thing on this side that we already did on camera. So far, I'm really loving this palette. It's very smoothing on the eye, and it's just literally that perfect, fast, everyday, cool-toned, neutral eye look. And it's also just one of those palettes that's very, like when you go to grab it, you're not overwhelmed. Like, what colors do I use? It's just laid out in front of you perfectly. So I really love that. We're going to move on to the Kosas. We're going to finish the eyes after I do my face makeup, because I like to get my concealer laid down before I go in with lash line and inner corner. But we're going to go in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. And then I'm going to use this Armani Luminous Silk Multi-Purpose Glow Concealer for my foundation. A little trick that I saw somebody do not too long ago that I have been loving is actually doing my concealer and then going in with my foundation. So I'm just going to take the Kosas concealer and I'm going to begin to apply it on this inner part here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There we go. I have been dying to try this concealer, and I don't know why. And then I'm also going to bring just some on the outer part of the eye. And that's just going to kind of help define the eyeshadow on the outer edge. So we're going to blend this out, and then we're going to go in with breaking stuff. Then we're going to go in with the Armani. I've got a Haley's Beauty blender, and it is already damp. And I'm just going to go in and press this concealer in. God, you guys, I just paid $36 for this concealer, so I really, really hope that I love it. And then when I get to this outer part, I'm just careful to kind of just bring it out into the hairline almost, and it'll give your eye a lifted effect. Okay, so there's not a ton of coverage to this, but it does look very smooth on the skin. So this is definitely not a full coverage concealer. I don't know if I would even call this a medium coverage on me, but it is brightening in the areas that I'm placing it, and it is very smooth on my skin. So I like that. I just don't know if like I love it yet. I do like it. I think it looks really nice on my skin, and it did brighten, but like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about this one yet. Definitely will continue to play with it, and I hope I like it for how much I paid for it, but we'll see. Okay. Let's check out this Armani. So I think I'm going to go in with this shade here for my foundation. This is going to be the shade 8. I can always go in and mix with a lighter or a darker if I need it. That's the beauty of like these sampler packages. But this is the shade I'm going to try, and I think that it should work. I'm going to tear it open. And I'm going... Okay, well, I can't get any product out of the package, so that's an issue. Okay. Let's just go for it. Okay, I think that's going to be too dark. And there's just, honestly, there's just not enough in the package to do foundation with. Like, it feels like there's quite a bit in there, but maybe I can... I'm trying to like squeeze more out. This would definitely not be my shade. I can tell you that. It does feel really nice going on. I mean, at the price of this, it should feel really good going on. I don't like the way that it's sitting by my chin. Okay, I don't know. I just feel like it's hard to tell with this. I'm not loving this right now. I'm not loving the way that it's looking on my skin. And I am definitely, okay, now I got some out. It just takes a little bit to work out. But I don't think, oh, I got a ton right here. Okay, we'll bring that up here. This is a mess. Okay. I'm going to blend it in with my beauty blender, but first of all, I feel like I might need to go in with some of that lighter shade to lighten this up, because this is not my shade. Whoa. That is definitely too dark for me. Maybe in the summer I could get away with this shade, but not even close right now. You know what? I feel like I look like Donald Trump. Okay, let's try and soak some of this up with the beauty blender and see if like we can rectify this here. I do feel like the formula looks really nice though. Yeah, I feel like actually this would be pretty close to like my summer shade, the shade 8, but definitely not now as my color is fading. That primer though, I still look completely poreless. And I like that I know that it's not necessarily the foundation and that the primer did work, because I went from being able to plainly see my pores to being completely poreless after I used that primer, and it stayed that way. Okay, what I think I want to do, just to see if I can lighten my complexion just a little bit, is go in with the lightest shade. I think this time I'm going to squeeze the product to the bottom and try and just cut the top off, because that, trying to rip it was a mess. There we go. Much better. Okay. Now this is going to be way more foundation than I like to use, but I just feel like we really need to try and lighten me up right now. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to trust the process and just blend right now and hope that we can fix this. I got a ton still in my hand. Oh, I wish I had like these bangs out of my way. I'm just going to blend, 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 blend. Okay, so now I'm too light. We'll fix it with blush and bronzer, but okay. Let's talk about the formula though. I mean, my skin up close looks really, really good right now. Like, it looks poreless. It doesn't look dry. I'm having a hard time distinguishing whether, like, I love this foundation concealer or whether or not that primer is just literally amazing. All I know is that, like, up close, my skin looks really, really good. I don't have a perfect shade match on right now for foundation, but it looks flawless up close. Okay. So let's do brows. We're going to jump in with this One Size Beauty Brow Kiki Dealio. Mine is in the shade Blonde. I really love the red packaging. I feel like if I end up loving this, it will be really easy to find among all of my other brow products. And I'm just going to go in just like I normally would by first outlining where I want my brow to be, and then doing small little strokes to fill in the sparseness of my brow. I feel like this is almost like this shade is almost a perfect match to my natural brow. Okay. This is not, what am I doing here? This is not my favorite brow product. I feel like it's really hard to get it to show up. Maybe because it's such a close match to my actual brow hairs that like, maybe I need something just a touch darker. Like maybe I typically go for blonde shades, but maybe I need like a soft brown for this. I don't know. I'm not, I really, really hope that I like the setting powder better than I'm liking the brow product. But okay, so there's that. Let's just finish off the eye look with some lash line shadow. I'm just going to grab a liner brush and I'm going to pick up some of the darkest matte in the palette. And I'm going to this has literally become my go-to for eyeliner. I used to always use like a dark color in my waterline. But once I started doing this a while back, it's just so much softer and you still get that definition. And you still get that smoked out look. In fact, now I like to use like a nude shade, if anything, in the waterline. And then go in with a darker shadow on the lower lash line. I don't have like a true bone color to highlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in really quick to my Too Faced Natural Matte palette. I'm going to grab just any brush that does not have product on it and just add a little bit of that tone right there on the inner part of my eye. Now I do this because I have deep set eyes, and just adding a little bit of lightness there really opens my eye. And then I'm going to just kind of bring it under the brow bone too. I already have a little bit of that golden shimmer. I'm not going to add any more shimmer under the brow bone. I'm going to leave that as is. I'm going to go in with some mascara. I'm going to use my trusty, dusty, because it's getting old, Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara. It is my favorite. It's just a true one and done mascara. I need one good coat and I'm ready to roll. It's just my favorite. It's such a bummer that they're going out of business or that they have went out of business. Anytime I see these at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, I pick them up. I've got a couple in my backup drawer, but like as far as I know, when they're gone, they're gone. So that's a bummer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off my look. I don't have new products for blush or bronzer or highlight, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how the look came out. Okay, beautiful. This is how the look turned out. Let's talk. Okay, I absolutely would never in 1,000 years after trying that buy it. I'm talking about the Armani Luminous Silk Multi-Use Concealer product. It looks heavy and cakey. Now, I did put 2 different colors on. That could be why, now that I'm thinking about it. I put like 2 whole packs. So, and then maybe it's meant to be more of a concealer than a foundation. I don't know, but it says multi-use, and it says online that it could be used for a foundation. So I was really expecting to love it, but I just don't. I will say though, this primer, amazing. If you are into primers, if you have anything to blur, this Cali Ray So Blown Collagen Peptide Primer is literally amazing. As far as the Kosas concealer goes, I do think that it's really nice. It actually looks really, really smooth under my eye. It did brighten where I placed it, but it's not a full coverage concealer, so just keep that in mind. When it comes to the Natasha Denona Mini Glam eyeshadow palette, I really like the look that I was able to create. I definitely can see myself reaching for this on days when I want to do just like a quick cool toned neutral eye look. For my blush, bronzer, and highlight, I decided to check out, again, I got this in a BoxyCharm and I haven't used it since. This is in the shade Sunkissed, and it is the Alley-Oop Stack the Odds product. It comes with 3 cream products, a cream, bronzer, blush, and highlight. And I used them all. So there's that. I feel like the Brow Kiki product I did not love. My brows look patchy and non-existent. This is definitely a product that I will give another go. Maybe sometimes products like that have like a wax coating that you need to work off and then they're amazing. I don't know if that's going to be the case for this product, but I can tell you that I did not like that as of now. So there's that. And yeah, other than that, I think that's going to be it. I have another large Clionadh Cosmetics order on the way. I cannot wait. Once I get those, we're going to sit down. We'll swatch all of the new, I think, 10 shades that I have coming, and then we'll create a look as well. So I'm really excited for that. But thank you so much for taking the time to hang out. You guys know I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video.